there, it's Lisa Bacher here. I'm here to do the kit flip through and also the pre-work video for the Hike More folder journal. That class is being sold through the Paper and Ink Boutique. So if you're seeing this video, you've gone online or you've seen the product in store and purchased the kit directly from the Paper and Ink Boutique. You may have seen some of the other details. I don't actually have the journal in front of me, which won't be a problem for the class, but I just wanted to give you more of an idea if you haven't actually seen the actual journal before buying the class. So there's that. So this is what you would receive. And inside here, we have the 49 in Market Vintage Artistry Hike More collection pack. It comes with all the papers and all of the die cuts that you're going to need to create this journal. And then also in there is a humongous pack of really beautiful rub-ons from the same collection, which is Hike More. And then you get a manila folder, which is what's used to create the base of the journal. And then inside here, you get the canvas strip. That's what we actually sew the signatures into. You get some shipping tags. You get a mini die cut folder, which we turn into a little feature. A few vintage book pages, as well as you'll get the black waxed linen. Just a paper clip, and then you'll get 4 of the signature string ends that are mushrooms this time. So in that collection pack, I will just quickly show you which ones, which elements you'll need to pop out to do the cover and some of the other features throughout. So these are the 2 sheets that you get in there. I did also want to mention, this is the reverse of the cover. Now, I didn't use this in the actual journal that we're going to be making. And so you can just set this one aside, honestly, do like a scrapbook page, or if you want to do something with this in the journal, just don't forget about it, because I actually didn't know that this was printed on the back. I thought this was just the cover. So if you didn't know that that's in there as well, then there's that. And then here are the die cuts that you'll need to do some pre-work to. And when I say pre-work, if you've never taken one of my classes before, any of the elements, I always like to prepare the edges, basically. This one is actually like a punch out. You don't have to do any fussy cutting, but I still like to go along with my scissors and just trim off the pieces that were stuck to the entire sheet, just to clean up the edges. And then, as always, the Tim Holtz Distress Ink vintage photo, I just go along all the edges. And then if you're not able to reach some of the more intricate areas, I always use a artist pit pen in like a felt tip. And I just go along and just add that to the edges here, just so that it gives some depth. It covers up any of like the exposed white edges. So you can do that. And then also, maybe I'll just lay these out a little bit here, just so that you can see the individual elements. And if there's any variations that you want to make to my designs, by all means, please do the things that you like. If there's a certain color that you want to change with any of the mushrooms, it's such a nice coordinating collection. It's just something, I just design what I like and hope that everybody else does too. But again, if you don't like the specific elements, add what you do like. So that's what's going to need to be distress inked. And then what I will do, just give me 1 second. So there is also another video that's going to be posted here in the private Facebook group, and it is the avocado pit paper dyeing technique. If you've already seen it, that's great. If you haven't, you can search for it in the group here. You'll need to do the tea dyeing before the class. I say tea dyeing, but it's not actual tea, but you'll have to dye your papers. You require 4 of the copy papers. And then also you'll want to pre-dye your cheesecloth and then also the tie. And this is for the closure. So if you don't want to dye it, that's totally fine, but I did dye it in this class. And then the last 2 things that I'm going to do are, I'm not going to talk about the basic supply kit, but I would like to quickly go over the also required and then suggested products. And then I can tell you exactly the colors that I'm using in this journal so that you can get as close to what I have as possible. So I'll just move these out of the way. So the first thing, a matte medium or collage paste or even Mod Podge. I like to use a matte, so that's what I like. And then it says that you'll need washi tape. So the purpose of this washi tape is to do the folds on the outer part of the journal. So it does need to be 3/4 inches. For instance, this one's the Tim Holtz tissue wrap. It doesn't have to be like the tissue tape. You can use what you have, or I mean, if you do need this, go ahead and get that. But it does need to be 3/4 inch just because it covers the rounded spine. So there's that. And then another thing, just some white gesso. Also, I mentioned earlier the artist Pitt pen. That would be a good tool to have. And then we have mixed media brushes, and these are the ones that I use. I always use the Finnabar mixed media brushes for pretty much everything, to be honest. You'll also need a needle, and it just needs to be wide enough so that you can fit your waxed linen in here. I always use one with like a dull point to it because it doesn't need to be sharp, because you'll score it prior to any sewing. And then also, if you're doing any of the micas, you'll need to seal it with a clear acrylic sealer, something like a Mod Podge or anything really that's a clear acrylic will work. Just do it outside. And then here are a few of the actual micas that I used for this project. So the first one that I used is the Cafe au Lait, and it's a Lindy Stamp Gang Magical. So all I do with this is I just mix it with water. And then this is the lid that I'm using when it says on your list for a lid or a jar for mark making. So all we're going to do with these products is I'm just going to make a big puddle, and then I'm just going to use my lid to make like coffee marks. And I'll just quickly show you on here in case it wasn't clear earlier. So that's what we use to make those marks. So you don't want too big of a lid. You don't want it too small either, but this is actually just from, maybe it's from the Tim Holtz, either the tissue wrap tubes or the washi tape tubes. So something about that size would be great. And then the other mica that I used is also another Lindy Stamp Gang. This one's quite old, but I use it on pretty much everything. And again, it's just the Treasure Island Aqua. And I just use that to detail some of the leaves and some of the little features on there. I just used that really bright green color just to uh, like enhance some of the flower and petals and stuff like that. So I believe that's everything that you're going to need. So there's only going to be 3 videos in this class because it is a direct to you. So I'm going to try to hopefully record the class in a maximum of a 2-hour class. So what I'll do is I'll take lots of pauses during the actual recording so that it cuts down the amount that you have to watch. So I will get that up here very shortly. And again, if you have any questions, you can reach me here at the private Facebook group. That would be great. And I will see you guys at the class. Thank you.